On Thursday, the 15th of January 2026, Department of Home Affairs invited us for the public consultation on their revised white paper which is on citizenship, immigration, and refugee protection. In this video, we are going to deal with some of the proposals that were presented to us by the Department of Home Affairs, right? So we're going to start with the refugee protection proposal, right? Department of Home Affairs will propose the principle ebizwa first safe country principle. What is that? First safe country principle means that a person that comes from, let's say, maybe Palestine cannot run and seek refuge in South Africa or fly over many safe African countries that are closer to Palestine. Or a person from Nigeria cannot fly or drive past all those other countries and come to South Africa. What Home Affairs is proposing here is that if we get such people, let's say a person from Nigeria seeking refuge in South Africa, we will then check that is closer to Nigeria and free, normally safe for this person. If there is such country, that person is not eligible for a refugee status, such as South Africa. That is what Department of Home Affairs is proposing, right? Secondly, under the first safe country principle, Home Affairs is proposing that a person that has been given or that has been provided with a refugee status in another country and then later decides, no, South Africa is the best country for me, and then comes to South Africa and again in South Africa seeks for asylum seeker permit or a refugee status. That person, Home Affairs says that person should not be allowed to be provided or a refugee status or his asylum seeker permit, because that person already has been provided with a refugee status in another country. So ukusuka kwakhe in that safe country to come to South Africa, is not running away from izimpi or anything like that. He is safe in that country. So abantu abakanjalo are not going to be allowed anymore ukuthi bethole a refugee status, right? The Department of Home Affairs is also proposing what they call a conditional admission of asylum seekers. What this means is that a person that came to South Africa illegally and then later applies for an asylum seeker permit, that person will not be permitted or will not be provided with an asylum seeker permit, because one, that person has violated our immigration laws, right? So that is as far as refugee protection proposal is concerned. Home Affairs is making a proposal, citizenship policy proposal. So under a citizenship policy proposal, a point-based principle. What this means is that a person who's been in South Africa, right, let's say for 5 years, right, because currently the position is that if a foreigner has stayed in South Africa for 5 years, that person is eligible for his citizenship. But Home Affairs wants to change that. Umuntu that has been in South Africa for 5 years or for more than 5 years, apply citizenship yase South Africa. Then check ukuthi lo muntu unamapha ama skills, one, imapha ama skills awacquireile South Africa, one, and imapha ama qualifications anawo. Yipi contribution ayenzile ezweni, economic contribution ayenzile ezweni. Thirdly or fourthly, yipi contribution abenayo emphakathini. So those are the points that Home Affairs wants to look at before providing citizenship to a person or to a foreigner, right? We are not talking about illegal foreigners here. We're talking about a foreigner, a person that came to South Africa legally. Furthermore, there's another proposal that was made by Home Affairs is that, or what they refer to as civil registration policy proposal. Civil registration policy proposal means that currently, South Africa is national population registration, right? Currently in South Africa, they want to upgrade that system of Department of Home Affairs. Intelligent population register. Intelligent population register will include biometric. Biometrics Home Affairs your official identification. So they want to expand the intelligent population register to foreigners that are in the country. If you come to South Africa and you're a foreigner, they're going to take your fingerprints, they're going to take your official identification, and they're going to introduce digital ID. Because, I think it's Limpopo or somewhere around Limpopo. I'm not certain about that province where they introduce biometrics in public clinics and public hospitals. For instance, you want to go to Eddington Hospital, because Department of Home Affairs register, so you appear and wenzela ukuthi abantu aba illegal in South Africa bengakwazi access the services, right? So I do support those proposals because to me they make sense, right? That is as far as civil registration policy proposal is concerned. What Department of Home Affairs wenza ama proposal immigration. Firstly, ufuna uproposa indaba ye visitors visa. To Department of Home Affairs, right? I'm visitors, people who came to South Africa just as visitors and acquires a visitor's visa, right? That person cannot be allowed to start working now in South Africa and start, schooling in South Africa or obtaining education in South Africa or start a business in South Africa, because that person came to South Africa as a visitor, meaning that it's only for a certain period of time and then the person moves back to the country of origin, right? Furthermore, Department of Home Affairs wants to improve or upgrade retirement visa. A retirement visa currently, the current position is that any person, irrespective of age or regardless of age, can apply for a retirement visa. Mr. Mtiana, who provided who presented those proposals, yesterday, said that there is a 22-year-old or an 18-year-old that has a retirement visa. So the question is, what are you retiring from as an 18-year-old? So it's an abuse of these applications by foreigners. They're taking advantage of lama visas now. So Department of Home Affairs also introduce now the age limit for a retirement visa to say any person that is over the age of 55 can apply for a retirement visa, and anyone under the age of 55 years cannot apply for a retirement visa, right? So lastly, Department of Home Affairs, as I said, that I'm just highlighting. I'm not going to go through every proposal that was presented before us by Mr. Mtiana or Department of Home Affairs. I'm just going to browse through. I'm just going to go through what I think was important during that presentation. Department of Home Affairs wants to introduce a specialized court. A specialized court that will be dealing with any dispute regarding immigration-related issues. I think, to me, that makes a lot of sense, because currently our court system is very congested. So if immigration-related matters are going to be dealt with by the specialized court, then it will make things easier for the normal courts that we go to every day. I support this proposal as well, because there's a labor court, there are consumer courts, there are many different specialized courts. So I think it makes sense for Department of as well to have their own specialized court. This was just a brief summary of what was discussed in that room and some of the proposals that was made or presented before us by the Department of Home Affairs, which most of them I agree, and ngempela we do need these reforms as South Africa. Otherwise, we thank you. We want to engage with you more. Thank you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. We are Advocatus Legal Consultancy. Siyabonga.